playing offensively freely at the moment.
Yeah, I haven't seen that much structure, if I'm being honest. I think early, one of the first possessions, I saw a little middle on-ball Spain action, which was good, but since then, it's been kind of just walk down, wing on-ball, and they haven't been getting through much. Yes, they have really good players, but I think when you have a slow start like that, you got to rely on going back to your sets and getting through some actions. I reckon that's a really important thing. Defensively, I think keep pressuring them. I think pressure is one thing that's always going to really get to the offense, and I think if they can get up and get on them, that's going to go a long way to getting back in this game. Only 12 points, but shortening that lead for sure.
And I mean, we look back to last week, the Bellarine Storm played the Hume City Broncos and were up by as much as 30 points going into the third quarter and only won by 14. So they had a 22-4 final quarter. So certainly in state championship women basketball, anything can happen, and we can see teams drop on and off. But I mean, Emily Little averaging 23.8 points a game this season. She could turn it on at any time. Currently with no points so far in tonight's matchup, but the Storm have done a really good job to
sort of the house at it at the moment.
Right now, I believe Jamie Crombie got the call up early to guard her, and she obviously found foul trouble quite early. I believe that's also Jamie Crombie's first start of the season, so she'll be happy with that. But again, still 3 quarters of action to go here in this state championship women's matchup. Lineups for the second half will be Osborne, Armstrong, Hollywood, Hall, and Vert for the Storm. And for the Cougars, it will be Noosis, Lewis, Fitter, correction, will be Noosis, Gia, Cooper, and Lewis. 3 ball there from Megan Cooper is no good. And they swing it back up to Noosis, who started the game really well, but Hall gets in the passing lane. She shows the dribble moves, and they go straight inside to Armstrong.
Great steal from Armstrong. Makes that pass 10 times easier.
Hasn't played in a couple of weeks, Charlotte Armstrong. Good to see her back on the floor for the Storm. It's Hollywood. Puts the pressure on. They kick it back up the top to Noosis. She's stuck on the elbow, late in the shot clock. Nice pick there from Osborne. As the kick ahead pass from Hollywood is perfect.
Great pass, nice bounce pass.
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is why this Bellarine Storm team is so good. They've started this second quarter, pardon me, I got there eventually. The 4-0 run, and just have their fingerprints all over this game, and McKinnon with no real answer.
No, I think, like I said at the quarter-time break, they're not scoring. Storm are securing that ball, and they're pushing that real fast, and I think that's working for them right now. You see Livy Osborne just saying get a real nice, easy bounce pass. 2 points. I think Cougars start getting that scoreboard ticking over. It might be a bit harder for Storm to keep pushing that lead more and more and more.
And it just feels right now that the Storm are always out in transition. They've always got people running. There's always people ahead, and the Cougars aren't matching that with their defense. Do you feel that if they can slow down that transition offense that the Storm currently have at the moment, that they might just slow down this scoring effort from the Storm?
Oh, for sure. For sure. That's simple, you know what I mean? You slow them down in transition, they're going to start going to their half-court sets. Storm have looked really good in the half-court, but nowhere near as good as they looked in transition. I think slow them down will be big. And then they also just need to start scoring. If they start scoring as well, it eliminates the problem of transition. They can get back, they can set up their defense, and they can start to look a lot better.
So 24-8. A minute 15 gone in the second quarter of this state championship women's round 7 match. It's the undefeated Bellarine Storm taking on the 4-3 McKinnon Cougars. Action resumed.
Looking at a press.
Change up on D as Vert hits the deck,
There
leaving her player wide open. That's Megan Cooper for 3.
That's a good look in the corner there. That's what they need.
They must have been listening to you at Huffy at that timeout, Huffy.
They'd be smart too.
So Vert uses the screener, Hall doesn't get a good read off it though. She'll go back for a second bite inside. Hall can't get a finish. Brandon Catasano back into the game.
Cougars flip the game on the head right now. Look at them. That's good D from Osborne though.
So Brandon Catasano gets the step on a defender, can't finish though. And then we'll push it out of court. So promising signs for the Cougars out of that timeout. Bit more aggression on D led to a score and a turnover for them. Armstrong will hand off to Osborne. Hollywood will lift, thought about the 3, decides to attack the rim and gets the gap. And that is Courtney Hollywood's specialty. Picks the gap. Not the biggest player on the court, but you can never underestimate her. Former Siebel guard made the move this season from the Surf Coast Chargers, D2, and she's fitted into this group straight away. As we speak of her, it will be out of court. Last touch by the Cougars. Substitution for the Storm. We'll see Lucy Howard check in for her first minutes, as well as Chantal Hall. Lucy Howard. Been at this level before, back to playing Youth League this season. Also noting Piper Copeland on the Youth League bench has suited up tonight. Got her first minutes of Championship Women last weekend against the Broncos. So the young group starting to come through. Armstrong wrestles with Nusis. The pass from Armstrong is not good. It's picked off by Brian Catasano, who hands off to Cooper. A skip pass there to Fitter. She bullies her way inside. As Osborne couldn't secure the rebound.
There you go. Great extra pass.
Brian Catasano can't get the 3, but Fitter had a mismatch inside. Nusis is in there to clean up the scraps. And Nusis having a great game so far, leading the scoring for the Cougars. 6 points, 2 rebounds so far in her 8 minutes of gameplay.
About it from deep.
As Lucy Howard was wide open in the keep. Great vision there from Olivia Vert. We'll see substitutions for both teams. We'll see Emily Little and M. Suckling check in, and Megan Cooper. And Fitter checking out. For the Storm, we'll see Jamie Crombie check in and Charlotte Armstrong check out. Howard gets the first one to go, her first points of tonight's matchup. Can't get the second to go. So still that 14-point margin. 4 minutes gone in this second quarter. Brian Catasano no good, but Little in there. Offensive rebound. Bullies her way to 2 points.
That's 2 plays in a row where the Cougars are eating the offensive glass. I think the Storm need to really hone in on that. That's second chance points that can't be given up. On the Cougars side, they need to keep doing that. That's awesome stuff. That's what's going to get them back in this game.
Cougars currently lead the offensive rebounds 7-3, so they certainly are destroying the Storm in the paint in that aspect, and Tim Sanderson has seen enough, so he'll call a timeout.
Maybe Tim's listening to us.
Maybe he is. Maybe he needs the insight of Nick Huff to just. That's what he might do. He might play you in the timeout. This is what Nick's been saying. Go out and do it. But as we head to a timeout, the Storm lead 27 over the McKinnon Cougars 15. And with 5 minutes 50 to go in this second quarter. Courtney Strait still leading the game in scoring with 10 points, closely followed by Georgia Varley and then Daisy Nusis for the Cougars. Tops their scorers out with 6. But like you just said, Nick, Bellarine Storm really struggling to secure the rebound on the defensive end. They are only the 3 offensive rebounds for tonight's matchup compared to the Cougars' 7. So that's definitely a positive for the Cougars and something they can look to continue to build on and continue to get those second chance points.
Well, they have looked a lot better as well in this first 5 minutes of this quarter as well. Not only that, playing defense. They're playing really good defense when they get to set up, and then they're pushing the ball back down their end as well, which is also working for them. So they keep doing that. Half-time, it might be a bit of a closer game.
So we said state championship women's basketball can give us anything. So, and certainly in a matchup like this, the Cougars out for blood. Courtney straight back into the game. Left wide open, step inside the 3-point line and can't get it to go. So Lytle the other way. Step back from her is good, and she's starting to find her form. Takes her up to 6 points. Storm now with a 9-point lead. It's Courtney straight.
Wrapping her up there.
And Maddie Simons get tangled up. The foul will be on number 30, Maddie Simons. And so 14 on the shot clock. Varley, pitch back to Vert. Attacks the middle, over the top of the much taller Gia. Doesn't get it to go, and so Suckling will push the floor. To Brancatisano. To Little. She's been good so far this quarter. The minute she's played. Guarded by Crombie again, and they double her up the top.
That's a great blitz.
And the pitch back pass goes nowhere for them.
Storm bench are loving that. They're definitely planning for that, I can tell.
Assistant coaches were very up and about there. So Varley coming the other way, attacking downhill. Tosses it up.
Ooh.
And Hall and Brancatisano, I believe, get tangled up. The foul will be on Chantal Hall. Substitution for the Cougars, we'll see number 23, Alicia Lewis, check in, and Lily Brancatisano take a well-deserved break. Just over halfway gone in this second quarter. 27-18, Storm in front at the moment. Lewis pitches to Suckling. Still no points from her tonight. So they pitch inside to Gear. She can't convert. And straight out to the races.
Here we go. Crombie in the corner.
Great ball movement there for the Storm, but Hall can't convert. Lytle comes up with the rebound, and they're straight inside to Gear with the mismatch. They're finishing all over the shop at the moment for both teams. The Storm will just slow it up, look to get through a set of Varley. Wanted the screen, decides to go on her own. Pitch back to Vert, late in the shot clock. Shot needs to get off.
Step back.
Step back three from Olivia Vert is good. And she opens her account for tonight's matchup.
And that bang bot I had as well. That's a good move.
She releases the pressure a little bit, takes it back out to a 12-point game. Suckling to Gear, back to Suckling. Straight had to fight over the screen. She pitches it inside. Gear just got it.
Tough one in the corner.
3 there is no good. There'll be a foul on the play. Looks to be on number 30 for the Cougars. Maddie Simmons. Substitution as she'll take. Maddie Simmons will take a break, as well as number 13, Lee Birch. Great pass. Courtney straight inside under the ring, gets her defender in the air. And she's up and about. Points will count. Foul will be on number 23 for the Cougars, Alicia Lewis. That'll be her second personal, and Courtney Strait will head to the line for one more. Correction, that was her first foul. Courtney Strait, 12 points so far in tonight's contest. 2 rebounds to go along with it. Free throw is good for her. Takes her up to 13 points. Courtney Strait's signature red Grinches going on there. So out to 15 points now. As
thinks about it, throws it up.
Romy Price left wide open on the 3-point line. Lytle throws the ball away.
That's that pressure that Storm's been bringing all night. Making it really hard to get that excess pass out.
So that'll lead to a timeout for the Cougars. Coach Nathan Gear doesn't like what he's seeing and needs to talk it over. But again, it felt like the Cougars were really putting the pressure on the Storm. We got down to as much as a 7-point margin, but the Bellarine Storm have just turned it around and just turned it up on the back of Courtney Strait, who has 13 points for tonight's matchup. But now out to a 15-point lead. You feel the Cougars need a bit of a run here just to come into that halftime break with a little bit of momentum, a little bit of positivity just to go into that second half. If you're down at halftime, obviously yourself a player, what do you want to hear from a halftime brief from a coach before you go out into your second half?
Well, me personally, I want to hear a healthy balance of positive and negative, because obviously when you're down, definitely going to be some negatives. But I think with that as well, you got to sprinkle some confidence, and you got to make sure that there's hope in the team. You know what I mean? You got to spark them. You got to ignite something under them. You got to light a fire under their bottoms. So they come out and they're firing. They're coming into that third quarter and they're ready to go, and they're off running. Because I think when you're down, especially, it's very easy to get frustrated with the situation you find yourself in. But that's then even more reason to double down on what you know and what you do and get back in the game.
So action to resume. 2 minutes 40 left in this first half. Hall lost control of it. Crombie ended up with it. Courtney Strait wants it. Crombie denies the handoff, goes baseline, throws it away. Noosis coming the other way. Nice little dish inside there to Price. She won't come up with it though. It'll stay with the Cougars though. Brancatisano's long pass nearly went over the other side of the half-court line. Suckling, no points for her tonight. So they go inside to Price. She backs down her defender.
Move. That's good.
A great finish there from Romy Price. She gets her first points of the matchup. Just takes that little bit of pressure off. We wanted to see that run from the Cougars. A few stops, few scores coming into the halftime break. Strait wants it inside. Varley's looking for the option. Decides to shoot the three. No luck. And again, Daisy Noosis has her fingerprints all over this game as she takes off. The right-hand layup, no good.
Good push, though.
Georgia Varley thought about tacking. Crombie had to work hard for that ball. They couldn't secure it. Straight away back in the D against the league leading scorer, Emily Little.
There she goes.
As she shows her moves, there will be a foul on the plate. Be on number 35, Georgia Varley. Got there late to her position. That'll be her second. And Coach Sanderson, both coaches looking to take full advantage of their timeouts tonight. He'll head to a timeout with a minute 15 to go. And right now, good signs. The Cougars have slowed the scoring down of the Storm. And they've actually put 2 points on the board for themselves. So certainly starting to build that little momentum run that they need just to come into halftime with a little bit of confidence.
Yeah, minute 14 is a long time. That can give the Storm a real big scare here, and they can go into halftime feeling a lot better about themselves, I imagine. But this minute 14 will be huge for them.
Obviously, if it's a Storm, you just want to head into halftime, just steady the ship, no silly fouls. Obviously, Georgia Varley with the 2 personal fouls to her name. Only player really in foul trouble, other than her, is Jamie Crombie with 2 fouls as well. So, certainly no one in real foul trouble, but if you're the one of those 2, you don't want to pick up a quick foul, especially considering Jamie Crombie is doing a fantastic job on Emily Lytle, keeping her to just 7 points in the first 15 minutes she's played. So, but she'll head to the line to extend that to 9. So, minute 15 to go in this first half. Lytle at the line for 2. First will be good. Second will be off. Crombie will come up with the rebound. Early kick ahead pass from Hollowwood to straight to Varley. Surveying her options, decides to kick it up to Crombie. Straight will lift out of the corner. Guarded by Noosis, who hassles her.
Well.
Straight decides to dance, had to toss it up. And that's a great defensive possession there from the Cougars. That's what you need going into half-time, just a little bit of confidence. There's Courtney Straight, a little bit belittled at why she didn't get a foul on that possession. So 45 seconds to go, Suckling. 5th in the scoring, looks for the 3.
That would have been nice.
No 3 for her.
See, does Storm go 2 for 1 here? Let's see what they go here.
I reckon they could, Huffy. 30 seconds to go, shot clock's on 16. Oh, they might.
Just got it, I reckon.
They're definitely listening to you, Huffy.
I said, they'd be smart to. They'd be very smart to.
Varley gets the ring with a nice layup. Takes her up to 9 points for the matchup. Noosis quick. Turn around, jump shot.
10 seconds. We'll see who gets it. You'd think it's going to Courtney here. You never know, though. Slow it down.
7 seconds. Varley will look to take the last shot. They'll flatten out.
There it
Varley
is.
deep. 3. 2 bounces, but won't roll. And at the end of the half, it will be the Bellarine Storm leading 35 over the McKinnon Cougars 23. Courtney Straight leading the way, 13 points, 2 rebounds, 1 block, followed by Georgia Varley, who has 9 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. And for the Cougars, it's Daisy Noosis, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. As we head to a quick halftime break, again, the Bellarine Storm leading 35 over the McKinnon Cougars. We'll be back in just under 8 minutes for second half action.
see when he gets you. Hopefully it does make a huge difference. Where McKinnon men sit on the ladder? Where's Storm? 8? Yeah, okay. Why did I have noodles here?
They are. Right. McKinnon are equal first. Bellarine at 9.
Wait a minute. So hard not to be biased. So do you and Courtney do the men's game? You and Courtney do who does the men's game?
Georgia.
Okay. I'm here right now with you. Oh wow, oh wow.
Good evening and welcome back to this state championship women's round 7 matchup between the Bellarine Storm and the McKinnon Cougars. Hugh Moore here with Nick Huff. And Nick, so far it's been a pretty one-sided affair, you would say. Bellarine Storm currently leading 35 over the Cougars 23. But I mean, we've seen signs from the Cougars early in the first quarter and then late in the second quarter, but it just feels right now they can't really just string it together.
I think you just hit the nail on the head there. I was just thinking then, they're doing a lot of really, really good things, but I think if they're going to come back in this game, they need to put it all together. They need to play consistent defense down there, and they need to keep pushing the ball, but also slow it down when they need to. I think a few times there they got a bit crazy in transition. I think if they just pull it out, get through some of their sets, they'll give Storm a real scare because, like you said before, a lot of really good things there in that first half.
Yeah, Daisy Noosis leading the way for the Cougars alongside Emily Lytle, both with 8 points. In the game. So,
Thanks, Mario.
round 7 action, pardon me. The Bellarine Storm currently 6-0 this season in championship women, and they have looked like no team has gotten close to them other than the Boomers from Bulleen. But the Cougars have a chance here in this second half to just restart and try and topple this super team that they have here down on the Bellarine Peninsula. But as we wait for both teams to make their way onto the court, the starting lineup for the second half for the Storm will be Jamie Crombie, Olivia Vert, Georgia Varley, Courtney Strait and Chantal Hall. And we will wait as the Cougars make their way out onto the court. It'll be Lily Brown-Catasano, Tamara Gear, M. Suckling, Emily Lytle, number 25, Annabelle Fitter rounding it out for the Cougars. Action about to get underway here in the third quarter. Correction, it'll be Alicia Lewis instead of Lily Brown Catasano to start this second half. Straight away, Cougars looking to get into their set. Lewis attacking, got it straight. That's a great start for the Cougars. They'll be happy with that. There's Alicia Lewis, Annabelle Fitter opens the Cougars.
Just like that, it's down to a 10-point game. That's not that big of a margin. That is not safe at all.
Basketball league game of runs. If the Cougars can get on a run here and rattle the Storm early, it'll certainly be huge in the aspect of the game. Hall spinning, fading, can't get it to go. That's great D from the captain, Tamara Gear, and the Cougars are out on the break again, and never guess who it is again. Just Annabelle Fitter. Nearly went 4 points in a row to start this third quarter as Varley. Her pass is picked. Annabelle Fitter is everywhere
right now
in this game. She'll attack the ring, but Crombie is there to slow down the fast break. Great defense from her. So the Cougars definitely got the ball rolling to start this second half. Gear. Pass was picked by Vert. And this will be a pretty straightforward layup for Vert. She gets 2 more points, takes her up to 5 for the contest. So even start here for both teams. Lytle double pushed almost up to half court. But the Cougars find the wide open shooter in Suckling, who can't convert. Straight's looking to push the floor early. Pass picked off by Lytle. A bit too late there to Crombie, and
Cougars are getting real active in the lanes right now. That's something that's working for them. They're getting a lot of steals and deflections from that, and they need to keep that up.
Certainly aiding them in this run at the moment as Crombie picks up her third foul. So as we just wait for the floor sweepers to
props to the floor sweepers as always.
Props to the floor sweepers. I've heard you like to do a bit of floor sweeping, Nick. I've seen you do it a few times while you're playing.
Got to help the little fellas out.
Lewis gets
That's a big screen.
Split on her defender. Suckling thought about the three, decides to drive, still can't get it to go. And M. Suckling looking frustrated now. She still is yet to score.
She's getting good looks. She had an open three a few possessions ago. She's getting a nice open left-handed layup. They're just got to start dropping.
I think that's the big thing, Nick. She's not taking the wrong shots. They're just not rolling for her. As that last foul was on number 9, Emily Lytle, her first. Hall catches it at the top. Vert spinning, dancing, throws it up. No luck, and here comes up with the rebound. 3 is up early from Alicia Lewis. So again, we've gone back to what we saw at the start of the first half. Both teams sort of playing in transition, looking to just wait for each other as Courtney Straight
gets straight to her spot.
Gets straight to her spot, does what she does best. 2 more points for her, 15 points on 60% shooting. Certainly having a night out so far. Varley does a good job to force the pass. Gear directing traffic. Suckling gets her defender caught on the stream. 5 on the shot clock. Fitter's going to have to do something with it. Instead, she travels.
That's still something.
Still something. Probably not the something she wanted. As we'll have substitutes for both teams. Fitter will check out. Cooper will check in for the Cougars. And Georgia Varley will check out for the Storm. And we'll see Courtney Hollywood check in. Crombie kicks to Hall, left wide open on the 3. Not known for her 3-point shot. Last time I said that about someone, they won a grand final by hitting 3s. Not mentioning any names in Nathan Grombeck. Vert driving baseline passes picked there by
Yeah, those
Lewis.
deflections again.
Cougars with numbers. As Cooper's pass is picked. The Storm will look to come the other way. Nice defense there from Lewis. She picks the poor pass, but it'll stay with the Storm. Crombie finds straight. She's hassled by Lewis. Vert straight away. Pull up three is good. And that's what Olivia Vert is known for. A quick trigger three. That'll take her up to 8 points for tonight's matchup. And again, that lead now back out to 17 points. And 4 minutes
Great
gone.
pass.
As Gear can't get that one to drop underneath the ring. So the Storm have a chance to really make it hurt here.
Matchup. Here we go.
Crombie had the back cutting Hollywood, who was wide open. Oh, stop it. Olivia Vert misses
Crombie
everything.
stays with it though.
We got a bit excited. Courtney Straight's wide open at the top. That is not good as Chantal Hall stuck on the ground, had to protect herself so she didn't get stomped on the rebound. Nice cross.
That's pretty. That's a pretty move.
Yeah, from Alicia Lewis, got her defender moving. And she gets her first points of tonight's match. Doing a good job just trying to slow down Courtney Straight.
Another deflection for the Cougars. Storm need to be a bit more careful, I reckon.
Substitutions.
Risque passes.
Substitutions for both teams. Courtney Straight and Chantal Hall will take a break. See Olivia Osborne and Charlotte Armstrong in. We'll see Emily Lytle take a break for the Cougars. And number 22, Lee Birch, check back in. As Vert's pass to Crombie. Didn't make it. They'll run out of court. So halfway through the third. Still a 15-point game. Cougars just struggling to get over that 10-point margin and try and get this game on their court. Suckling attacks the rim and she's really struggling tonight. No points for her. 5th in the league. Poor scoring. And the Storm have kept her to 0 through 17 minutes of play. There'll be a foul on the play on number 13 for the Cougars, Tamara Gear. It'll be her first personal. Vert drives baseline. Attacks Gear, and that's 2 quick fouls for her. She'll pick up her second personal and send Olivia Vert to line 4-2. Cougars will make a substitution and we'll see Alicia Lewis check out and Brian Catasano check back in. We'll make another substitution. So we see Emily Lytle check back in and Grace Cooper check out. Olivia Vert at the line for 2. 8 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals in tonight's matchup so far. Made that 9 points. As Olivia Vert gets that one to roll. Mind you, Bridget Retstadt not playing tonight. So Storm missing their player of the month for state championship women. As Brian Catasano gets 2 more points to go. So Hollywood hands it off to Osborne. Hollywood sends her the other way. She had to thread the needle there, but Hollywood left wide open in the corner. And that's Courtney Hollywood's specialty as she takes her points up to 5 for the matchup. Birch. Smothered in defense. Brian Catasano hit the deck. She was fouled by Hollywood.
She may be small, but she's bloody fierce, I tell ya.
Sorry, foul was correction. Yeah, pass to Vert is good. Skip pass. Osborne beats her defender to the ring. Finishes over the top.
Momentum's building for the Storm. Cougars need to do something here.
20-point margin, the biggest it's been tonight. The Cougars looking for an answer. That answer could be an Emily Lytle, but no luck on that one. The Storm could continue the pain here in this third quarter. Minute 50 to go. Vert decides to do it all on her own. No luck. Armstrong came in late. He couldn't secure it. And Noosis out to the races. Floater is up. No luck. Hollywood looking to push the floor. Decides to see her options. Does. Finds Hall. Nice spinning move.
Oh, look at
Gets
that.
to the ring.
Look at that for some
And the Bellarine Storm are on a mission. The Storm has definitely formed, and they are now absolutely rolling. Up by 22 here with a minute 26 to go. And that'll force Coach Gear to call a timeout. But it just feels right now like the Bellarine Storm have full control of this game.
Yeah, what I noticed there was it looked like the Cougars got away from their actions, their sets, and it turned into a lot of one-on-one basketball. I think the Storm right now are doing a really good job of loading up on defense when they are going one-on-one, and that's playing to their favour that Cougars going one-on-one, into the Storm's favour, that is, sorry. So I think they need to slow it down, they need to pull it out, and they need to get through some stuff, get the ball through some hands, and see what might happen in this game.
Bellarine leading the field goal percentage as well, currently 43% from the field. Oh, McKinnon shooting at 25, 2 from 15 from the three-point line. But Nick, in a positive note, and we struggle to find the positives here at the moment, the Cougars still leading the offensive rebounding count by 6. So they are certainly in there working hard to try and get this game back on their terms. But it just feels right now that the Bellarine Storm have the momentum and they'll look to continue this. Both teams coming out with the same lineups. Daisy Noosis been good tonight in the minutes she's played. Price decides to go to work, finishes, gets fouled. And the foul will be on number 3, Chantal Hall. That'll be Hall's second. Romy Price at the line for 2. 2 points for her, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block in 10 minutes of action for her tonight so far. There's Lytle, offensive rebound.
We've been talking about it.
Another offensive rebound, makes them pay. The points will count. Foul will be on number 7, Charlotte Armstrong. That'll take Lytle for the first player in double digits for the Cougars. She will convert the M1. Margin back down to 19. Hollowwood hassled here on D. Manages to break free. A minute 15 to go. Varley looking for space. Gets it, decides to give it off to Osborne. Has her pocket picked, Varley. 7 seconds, she decides to attack Lytle. Nice dish off to Hall. As Hall got tangled up. And
Cougars locked in on that defensive end. That's where it's going to start if you're going to make a comeback.
Correct. Still a quarter of action to go here. Bellarine Sports Centre. You just feel a little bit of momentum coming into this three-quarter time break would do the McKinnon Cougars a huge favour. Daisy Noosis finds Price at the free throw line wide open. Her jump shot won't go. Varley slowing down, changes pace, gets to the ring, draws the contact. And she'll head to the line for two. Foul will be on number 5, Romy Price. Her first. And we'll see Courtney Straight check in for the last 36 minutes. 36 minutes.
Seconds probably, I imagine.
36 seconds of this third quarter. Olivia Osborne taking a much-deserved break. Georgia Varley ticks over double digits. 10 points for her tonight. 2 rebounds. Make that 11. So 34 seconds to go in the third quarter. Noosis with the ball. Attacking the rim. Shots too heavy, but Romy Price is there.
There's another offensive rebound, Hugh. I sound like a broken record right now.
For another offensive rebound. Up by 8 in offensive rebounds.
You'd have to think Tim Sanderson, head coach of Storm's going to say something at the quarter because this last 3 minutes, it's been obvious to us.
Courtney Straight putting the dance moves on her defender. Armstrong needs to get it off. As time will potentially not expire. As the McKinnon coach asked 4.4, but they will decide that that's the end of the quarter.
There's no harm in asking, is there?
No harm in asking. For something to watch, make sure you tune into that. McKinnon Cougars equal first on the ladder. The Bellarine Storm look to get their season back on track. What is potentially a do-or-die matchup for them. But Bellarine Storm will head down the freeway to Warrandyte tomorrow afternoon, the Mother's Day matchup. While the McKinnon Cougars will get the day off and be able to celebrate with their mothers. Make sure if you do have Sunday off, make sure you spoil Mum. Are you doing anything for Mum on Sunday, Nick?
Yes, we are going out for lunch in the morning and then they're coming to watch their favourite son play some basketball, funny enough.
Oh.
That's me, by the way.
Oh. Are there other brothers watching, or?
Probably not. They hope so, but They'll probably drive home, if I'm being honest with myself.
So make sure you spoil Mum for Mother's Day.
That's the important thing.
So action restarted here. Hall surveying the court, looking for an option. Handoff with Armstrong.
Again.
Won't go. And Daisy Noosis out to the races. Finishes.
That's what you like to see to start the quarter. They're going to need a lot more of that. They're going to come back in this game.
Might I mention, last week the Bellarine Storm had a 22-4 losing fourth quarter against the Hume City Broncos. So it is certainly possible as again.
And there's a pulse. There is a pulse. Great start.
Another stop. M. Suckling going all the way. And after almost 20 minutes of action, the fifth leading scorer in State Championship Women has her first points. And after 45 seconds of action, Tim Sanderson does not like what he's seen and will burn one of his timeouts. But, I mean, we did say we needed to see that spark from the Cougars, and on the back of Daisy Noosis, it has come, and they are certainly rolling to start this fourth quarter.
2 turnovers to the Storm early, gets them out in transition, and that's 4 points, step down a 15-point game.
So you just, if you're Coach Gear of the McKinnon Cougars, you're constantly reiterating that we're not out of this game. 15 points is gettable in 9 minutes, especially with the talent that we have. Do you just feel that they've got to keep playing this aggressive D? Obviously, foul trouble for them. No one in real foul trouble for the Cougars. Only Emily Lido and Tamara Gear, as well as Madison Simmons, with 2 fouls. Everyone else with 1 or 0. Do you go a bit aggressive and try and sort of frazzle the Storm?
I think as a coach, you want to be speeding up the Storm. I think you want them having quick possession, so you're getting the ball in your hands more, and you can start to really build some momentum. Momentum's going to get them back in this game.
Correct. So, both
here we go.
teams
Here's
back
the press.
on the floor.
Speeding them up. Maybe they are listening to you.
Nick Huff called it correctly. Bellarine Storm
skips it.
Find a press out of that timeout as Georgia Varley's 3 hits the front iron. And another stop for the Cougars. A score here would be huge. That would be a 6-0 start for them. This quarter, 3 would be even better. As they go inside to Price. She backs down her defender. Can't convert. Around the rim. Hollowwood, skip pass for straight. Being good tonight. Gets the pass through to Hall. Out to Armstrong for 3. It was well long. The Cougars looking to push. Suckling. Haven't heard her name much tonight. As Lytle flew for the rebound. And the foul will be on number 7, Charlotte Armstrong. Her second. Cougars chance here to extend their scoring run. Suckling makes that one go.
Here we go.
And Suckling has found her rhythm and is starting to turn it on here. Margin back down to 12. Lowest it's been since half-time. And you just feel there's a glimmer of hope here for the Cougars. Georgia Varley drives baseline. Nice little dish to Hall. Points will count.
Gee, Storm needed that.
Storm did need that one. 7-0 start before that bucket for the Cougars. But Chantal Hall steadies the ship, draws the foul, and we'll head to line 4. One more. Foul will be on number 13, Megan Cooper. As Hall misses the free throw. Lytle looking to get into her work, attacks the rim, dish out to Cooper. She's hit 1 tonight, make that 2. As Grace Cooper.
Definitely an uneasy feeling for the Storm right now. Same thing happened last week, you must be a little bit scared.
Margin down to the lowest it's been since half-time. It just keeps creeping down. Varley attacking baseline. The Cougars definitely fired up now. Hall, no good. Noosis wasting no time pushing the ball. Storm do a good job in transition D. Stop it. Grace Cooper. And McKinnon bench would have gone wild if she had made that one. Courtney Straight dancing on a defender. Armstrong, Varley, wide.
That's the shot you want.
Open. That's a Georgia Varley special. So definitely a bit of tension in this game now. Both teams know how much is on the line. Noosis, her mid-range shot won't go. Substitutions for the Storm. We'll see Hollywood check out, as well as Charlotte Armstrong. See Jamie Crombie and Olivia Vert.
I wonder how she's going to play this with her 4 fouls, Jamie Crombie, as in if she's going to get the Whittle matchup.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Nick. 4 fouls for Jamie Crombie. She's had the job on Lytle all night. Georgia Varley thought about the 3. Oh,
Great
that
pass.
is... What a pass. Chantal Hall thought she was fouled. Can't convert. Daisy Noosis has been doing this all night and makes it look too easy. She's overtaken Emily Lytle for leading scorer for the Cougars, up to 12. Varley, handoff to Vert, to Straight. Still leading the scoring for the Storm. Vert, better defender. She loves that step back. But that step back showed her no love that time. She misses everything. Lytle coming the other way. Cooper left on an island.
Oh, it's lucky for the Storm there.
Very lucky for the Storm there. 12 points the margin. Just over halfway to go in this fourth quarter, pardon me. And the tension certainly lifted in the stadium. You just feel everyone knows how important this game is. Courtney Straight from Caitlin Clark range. Buries that one. And just takes the pressure off the Storm a little bit. Fun fact for you Nick, Courtney Straight. Home town for her is where Caitlin Clark did play college basketball.
I wonder if they're friends.
I believe she's friends with her sister, actually.
Small world, hey?
As Chantal Hall gets the basket for 2.
14-point game here for the Cougars. I think that 5 minutes left to go. You got to keep playing with the same intensity they've been showing for the last 5 minutes. They've had a really good quarter so far, and I don't think they want to blow this away. Storm last week, they gave it away. And I think Coach Tim Sanderson would not want that to happen again. So we'll see how the Storm manage it. It's down to a 15-point game now. Let's see if they can hold that.
So Hall will get that free throw to go. Back out to 16 points. I think just mentioned. Lytle attacks the baseline. Crombie had to get out of there with her 4 fouls. And
so do you keep Crombie on her? She looks like she's playing a bit more passive than she normally does with that 4 foul. Do you switch that as a coach, or do you keep it?
I think you've got to keep it. She's done such a good job so far in tonight's matchup to just isolate her points as Varley threw the ball away. And again, Suckling has been awesome this fourth quarter. 7 points in this quarter for her, 7 points for the game. I still reckon you leave Crombie on her. I think she's done a good job to isolate her all night, and she's a smart enough player and defender to know when to sort of have a play at the ball.
Yeah.
So as Fitter comes up with the rebound, Lytle gets her defender out of the way, and that'll be an offensive foul. Courtney Straight got to her position first. Come up a little bit sore, but tough as nails she is, and that'll be Emily Lytle's 3rd foul, and we'll see Varley check out and Hollywood check in. So 4 minutes to go here. Huge quarter from the Cougars. Been their best this game. Currently leads 16-10 this quarter, so good signs for the Cougars fans and their team as Courtney Straight gets fouled hard by Tamara Gear. She'll head to the line for 2. That'll be Tamara's 3rd personal. And the Cougars' 4th team foul, so and Storm in the bonus now. Courtney Straight makes the first. Courtney Straight continues to show why she's one of the best guards in the league. Another 2 points for her, takes her up to 20. That's 20 in 2 weeks. Still 4 minutes to go for her to get into her work. But Cougars still looking to roll as Hollywood was caught on the screen by Gear. As Fitter went down, Suckling hassled by Hall. Gears inside, wide open, straight from behind. Hard block, potentially could have been a foul. As physicalness definitely lifted in the past 5 seconds there.
Now, I'll tell you what, as a coach, you hate to see your point guard get cleaned up on a blind screen like that, because that means her teammates aren't talking to her. And that's one thing that is very little, but it makes life a lot easier, is talk on defense.
Last foul was on number 23, Alicia Lewis. Her second. This referee's just coming together. I believe just to confirm that it was Chantal Hall, the one who was fouled. Gets the first to go. Chantal Hall, 9 points after that free throw. 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal for tonight's matchup. If she makes this one, it'll be a double-double for her, which she does. Margin back out to 16 points. So again, Cougars struggling to get over that 10-point deficit into the single digits. Courtney Hollywood hassles her defender. Fitter's 3 is no good. Straight will look to put the moves on. It's tripped, but Hall's inside. Kicks out to Vert as they swing it around. Hollywood spinning, moving, getting to the ring and one. Courtney Hollywood is fired up, and so is the bench. As she wounds back the clock, puts the dance moves on her defender, and gets the basket to go.
Pushes this lead back to 18 as well. You'd be feeling a lot more safe if you're on the Storm bench right now.
So that game got close, very close for the Storm. As we'll see Chantal Hall check out and Charlotte Armstrong check back in. Reminder, these guys have a game tomorrow too, so you'd think Coach Sanderson would start to sort of look to get these key players off and start recovering. Pretty even split for the whole team tonight. So Lewis just keeping that heartbeat alive. She misses, but Lytle cleans up with another offensive rebound. So definitely not going away, the Cougars. Straight finds Hollywood. Had the highlight play previous possession.
Looks to go again.
Crombie, 3 was no good. It was blocked by Alicia Lewis. And so Suckling, her 3 is blocked by Straight. So both teams doing a good job to guard the arc. Late in the shot clock, Lewis lets it fly, rattles that one home. And that's going to call for a timeout from Coach Sanderson and the Bellarine Storm, as the margin back down to 14 points. So
they're not giving up, are they?
They're not giving up. They're not going away, the Cougars. And they're showing very good signs. You sort of hope that they might just keep really pushing in this last 2 minutes and see if they can take it to the Storm and give them a little bit of a fright.
Well, they've looked really good this fourth quarter. Like we said at the quarter break, they just need to put it all together. And this quarter, I think they've done really well at doing that.
They have won this quarter. They have won this quarter so far. Currently 21-17. So this is their best quarter of the game.
You take a look back to that first quarter, and it's been haunting them. That's a 12-point fourth quarter, 20-8, Storm way. That's been chasing them all game, that lead.
That's all. You often find that with games that if you get off to a good start, it's always hard to sort of come back especially when you're out to that sort of 12-point margin and then they get a few more baskets and suddenly like that you're out by 20 points and you're sort of a little bit frazzled. So having a good start certainly does aid you later in the game. But still plenty of time to go. 2 minutes of basketball here. 14 points in it. This Cougars team are looking the best they have all night. But Courtney Strait and the Bellarine Storm stand in the way of them as action does get back underway. Speaking of, Courtney Strait, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 3 blocks for her tonight. Crombie, skip pass to Vert, attacking baseline. Armstrong had to work hard to secure that. Still ends up with it. Hollowwood tosses it up.
Ooh.
Can't get it to go. Crowd would have loved that one.
I would have loved that one.
Is Noosis. Attacks the ring like she has all night. Armstrong. Hassled on D. Double team there. So, minute and a half to go. Cougars have it in their front court. Chance here to cut the margin again. Daisy Noosis, been good tonight. Got a massive mismatch here. She takes it to her advantage and gets it to rattle home. 12 points the margin. Minute 25 to go.
Here we go.
Lytle hassling straight. Hollowwood into Armstrong. Thought about it. Kick out to Vert in the corner. 4-3. That potentially could have been the dagger, but instead it misses everything. And
there you go, quick here.
Lewis dances on straight. Nice little finger roll from Alicia Lewis. And just like that, it's down to 10 points.
Are you a little bit nervous, or is it just me?
Oh, just a little bit, but I think the Storm can hold it out here as we have a substitution here.
Shooting spark off the bench. Here it is. I need this.
Shooting spark off the bench, correct. Didn't even spot it. Grace Cooper, 6 points for her tonight, but 2 crucial threes as Crombie's left wide open. So is Courtney Strait. And they'll go straight inside to Hall.
Yep.
As she goes to work on the much smaller Brian Catasano. So the Cougars need a miracle here. As Noosis gets her defender in the air, tosses it up. Does the contact and she'll head to line at 4-2. Foul is on number 3, Chantal Hall.
Good job on Storm, running them off the line, not letting them get a shot up.
Her third, and we'll see substitution. Lily Brown Catasano will check out, and Tamara Gear will check back in. You just feel we'll see this a little bit. Coach Nathan Gear looking to get his shooters on the floor. Have the bigs in.
Get some rebounders, get this ball back.
As Noosis makes the second. Applied pressure here by the Cougars. They have the numbers here.
Great bounce pass.
Vert up and under, and you might think that might be the dagger here.
Chantal Hall composed. Beautiful bounce pass. Makes it look easy.
At the Bellarine Sports Centre as Nathan Veer will use his timeouts to try and just get this lead down a little bit. Margins can be huge in state championship, especially how tight this state championship women's ladder is this season. It's obviously the Bellarine Storm, clear favourites on top. Currently sitting 6-0, but then you look down and it's Pakenham 5-1, Sherbrooke 5-2, Bellarine 4-2, McKinnon 4-3. So between third and around 7th, there's 2 games in it. So margins could go either way here and really sort of secure a team's spot in finals if you can even cut this down to single figures and not let it blow out in this final 30 seconds.
Every point counts. Every little bit of percentage will help you.
Reminder, Bellarine Storm head down the freeway to Warrandyte. Warrandyte, the opposite to the Storm this season, 0-6 so far. Will look to cause potentially upset of the year if they can knock off the Storm. Well, the Cougars have the Sunday off, but final 30 seconds of action here at Bellarine Sports Centre. Lytle attacks the rim.
Good defense.
Double team
well
underneath. Shani comes up with the rebound. She'll head to the line for 2. Foul will be on Alicia Lewis. Her third personal. Substitution here, we'll see Maragia check in and M. Suckling check out. So 24.5 seconds left on the game clock. So you would think the Cougars will take the last shot of the game. As Hall makes the first. Takes her up to 13 points, 13 rebounds for the game. Lytle comes up with it. They'll look to push the floor early. Lewis, Euro, kicks out to Cooper. She's hit 2 tonight. Make that 3. Grace Cooper, instant impact off the bench in her 12 minutes of action tonight. And the Storm will just look to finish it out. They swing it to Hollowwood.
Thought about it. She's shooting it.
Cougars not going away as there's a foul there from Alicia Lewis. And
hope you have no plans. The game's not done yet.
Not done yet. We've got 0.2 of a second left here. And Courtney Strait will head to the line for 2.
Beef up those stats a little bit more. We love that. As a player, that is.
Beef up those stats. Courtney Strait potentially 2 more points here for her. Oh no, we've jinxed her. Oh no.
We are terrible people.
We're not going to say anything for this free throw.
Nice play.
There we go.
Nice.
Courtney Strait will finish this game with 21 points and 4 rebounds, 3 blocks to go along with that. But as the time runs out, the Bellarine Storm continue their unbeaten run in this 2025 season, beating the McKinnon Cougars 75-64. Courtney Strait led the way for the Storm and the game. 21 points, 4 rebounds, 3 blocks for her. Well, Georgia Varley closely followed up behind, 14 points for her. Chantal Hall was enormous under the ring, 13 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists and a steal. While for the Cougars, it was Daisy Noosis off the bench, leading the way, 16 points, closely followed by Megan Cooper, 3 threes to her name tonight. But as we head out from this stream, reminder, there is a second game on tonight. State Championship men take on the McKinnon Cougars as well. Thank you for joining, Nick. It's been a pleasure having you. We'll have you back anytime.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for watching. Make sure, if you are doing nothing tonight, you jump onto the other stream and watch the next game.